Stepped up to the house party, kinda faded. J's on mask on, yeah, I'm kinda basic. You stood out, Halle Berry cut, amazing.
And I love it. Week 41?
41.
Wow,
41,
man.
41.
This is the second part of the show, guys.
Yeah. I hope y'all
It
enjoy
sound like the intro.
No, you know, we just want to remind people that time is flying. Because guess what? We're about to do something.
Yeah,
We're
buddy.
getting ready for something so much that has been looked forward to, if I'm saying it right.
My guys are going on vacation.
It's necessary, man.
I forgot my hat.
Let me say this, man. As adults, responsible adults, you hit it's the 9 to 5, you grinding, you taking care of your responsibilities. You must take time out to get away.
Yes.
And if you have not been able to travel with your friends, mainly your friends, I mean, you probably get with your family, but travel with your friends, may I recommend that you do so. It's a different experience just to be able to relax and have that kind of experience. So we're going to be in
South America.
Yes.
Closer to the equator.
He loves the heat. Pause.
Anything around 80 degrees, it's just.
And more.
No, 80 is good.
Not even Ron, because it'd be 80 degrees and Dre have on the hoodie.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what's good?
I will do that. But guess what? This is the reason why I do that is because the weather patterns are a little off. So it could be 82 degrees at 11 o'clock to 1 and then drop down to like 59 degrees when you thought it was all sweet.
Not in Colombia. Not in Colombia.
No,
exactly.
It's gonna be nice.
Exactly.
And it rains. You know, they get some interesting weather.
It'll be quick. There'll be like a quick shower, and then the sun is right back out.
It's just. But you know what? Let's go back to the originator. Ron.
Yeah.
Has gone on a couple vacations the last couple of weeks. Let's talk to niggas in Paris. What's good?
Nah, man. Paris was cool. Let me be honest.
Yeah, man.
Let me be honest. Paris wasn't what I thought it was. I'm sorry. Paris wasn't what I thought it was.
What you mean?
Just the people don't understand the language. Paris is pretty much like a smaller version of New York. Not very friendly.
You didn't think so? When I went, everyone was super friendly.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why everybody has different experiences. We probably wasn't in the same place.
Mm-hmm. No, because I was in Paris, but then I went out towards Switzerland. So I was in Paris for a day or two, and then I went kind of like, I guess, east France, and I was closer to Switzerland.
We did get a chance to go to Italy, and I had a great time in Italy.
Okay.
We went to this spa, man. I forgot the name of it, but it was... It was a dream, bro. It was amazing. Shout out to the wife for creating these dope ass itineraries.
Clap it up, yeah. Clap it up, guys. Clap it up. Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, man. But Paris was cool, and then after that, I think a couple days later, a week later, we was in Cali. We was in Palm Springs.
Okay.
Had a dope time for my birthday, man. Shout out to everybody who came.
Clap it up again. Clap it
happy
again.
birthday to my twin sister, my Irish twin sister. We share the same birthday, a couple years apart. Shout out to her, man. We had an amazing time, family, friends, and when the main ingredient is love, man, it's always a vibe.
It's all about love, you say.
You know what I'm saying? So we had a vibe. We had a great time, and shout out to everybody who came, man, because it wasn't a cheap trip. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, that's how you know the love is real.
There you go.
When people invest in spending time with you,
and
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love everybody who came, man. My sisters, my close, dear friends, and we had an amazing time, man. And I'm so happy for you guys to get a chance to get out, explore, tap into the culture, and live in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about home.
Yeah. So this is not our first time.
I know that, but it's the time is now though.
Yeah, going back this time, last year when we had gone, they were going through like an election, something, Dre.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff was closed. We had a great time because again the weather. We had an amazing Airbnb that we stayed at, so that was great. And the food, man, we could talk a lot about. Colombia's just a beautiful country, but there wasn't a lot to do because, they had an election, so stores were closing early and things like that. So mainly it was just like chill, the beach. We did do a nice boat trip. I'm gonna call it a boat because it wasn't a yacht. This year it's a yacht.
Yeah.
To an island where you could eat food while in the water. Music is playing. It's really nice. So I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
And real quick, man, shout out to Beyonce, man. That we went to the concert out in Paris. Went to go see Beyonce.
You went by yourself? Because we had that conversation.
Huh?
Did you go? You went to Beyonce concert by yourself?
No, I went with my wife.
Okay, just because you said you wasn't gonna go.
Close
by
friend Regina. Shout out to Regina. It was dope, man. I think she did an amazing job. As we all know, man, she's a great entertainer, man.
Let me ask you a question.
What's
Was Blue in Paris with her? Because I've been seeing clips of
yes,
her
yes.
daughter.
She was
so
there.
what was that like?
That was dope. I think it was like one of the first. She was kind of like timid, but as you see the clips now, she's getting better and better as she gets used to the routines and stuff. Yeah, she's killing now. But when we seen her, she was kind of like timid, like she wasn't all in. But now you could tell she's all in. And yo, man, I bought this dope ass jacket. It was like $230. Beyonce was selling this merch. It was like this gray jacket, yo. I ended up losing it.
What?
I lost it, bro. And that kind of like my trip was downhill from there, yo.
How do you do that, bro?
Because it was so hard to get an Uber to get back to the hotel. Mm-hmm. And we stopped at this bus stop to sit down, and another cab was going by. He stopped. He dropped some people off. And I went to go ask him would he take us, but in the process, I left my jacket on the bench by the bus stop.
So you blessed somebody.
But hopefully they lucked up, man.
Yeah, they love it.
It's an expensive jacket. I'm tight.
Well, Beyonce, man, I wonder, she's touring now, so I wonder if she's recording at the same time and gonna put out some new music, because anything she does goes crazy.
Yeah,
she has a cult following.
Definitely.
So we had that conversation.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Because I think it was might have been like week 38. We was talking about, you were talking about like the symbols and stuff.
Yeah.
And her, and I was locked into that shit. There was so many symbols. I was like, yo, but I'm not sure what they mean. I know it's art though. But I did tune in. I was locked into that. I was like, yo, she is throwing up mad symbols.
Yeah, it's unique. So again, what I was saying with that whole thing was just be mindful of it, because it can be hidden in plain sight. I'm not gonna go into all that again. Beyonce, I enjoy your music. You're making strides. You need to come out with another album, because right now they telling us that there's no number ones in the country. What was going on with that recently?
Oh yeah, they were saying that hip hop and R&B, there hasn't been any number one albums or number one singles with hip hop and R&B in 2023. And
that's crazy. I was shocked to hear that. So what do you think is the reason behind that?
Me and Dre was talking earlier. They were saying that Dre hasn't. A lot of the big artists haven't dropped yet, so that can be a reason.
Yeah, Drake hasn't dropped anything. If you think of all the major hip hop artists, they haven't done anything. When was the last big album?
Yeah, really? I'm waiting for Drake's albums.
I was listening to the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne was saying that a lot of these artists aren't putting music out for like the radio. They just putting shit out quick, and there's no real substance in them, and that can be a reason why they're not selling.
I mean, artists. What artists are you talking about? Because there's A-list, there's B, and then you got the C's.
Whoever puts out, I'm talking about all artists.
I think there's just a lot of music that's being dropped, and it's not. I don't think the labels are taking the time, outside of Beyonce and the major acts. They're not putting the money behind these B-list or C-list artists to make those records go super far. I'm keeping an eye on Coyle Ray. I'm really enjoying like she's really I think she posted recently, she had 4 records in the top 100. So shout out to Coyle Ray from Jersey, from Hackensack, right? Teaneck, New Jersey, where I was born. So shout out to Coyle Ray for doing it, but I mean, outside of that, nobody's, like you said, nobody's dropping anything.
I mean, there's so much. It's a plethora.
It's a lot of music, man.
In fact, Spotify has been losing money, but they've had so much submissions of music that they couldn't. It's like almost. The numbers is staggering. Crazy. Really? It's crazy how many artists that haven't gotten listened to that submit their music. I was watching Instagram, and a guy, I guess they blurred his face out because he was like, if you're not on a label, you're not gonna make a playlist. Right? Yeah. I mean, it's a serious time as far as music is concerned. Again, I think that plays into a part. I also heard that like Chris Brown, people are not doing the lengthy albums like 22 songs anymore.
Chris Brown did that.
He did that. He said, "I'm not doing that no more."
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm honestly, like when we working on my album, I'm starting to think now. I want to just do 3-packs, break them down into 3.
Bless you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like give them 3-packs, break them down instead of doing like one single, just do a 3-piece and be on with it. You know what I'm saying? And just keep hitting them like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It makes sense. Constant. It makes so much sense because, like you said, man, there's so much music. They'll listen to you for 2 seconds, and if they scroll on their timeline, it's another artist, and they clicking on that. Then after that, it's another artist. So it's saturated, but the difference is the real music is gonna stand out, man, and that's what we got. I feel that's what we got that a lot of people don't got, man. We got that real shit, and we gonna win.
Yes, sir.
Yo, I saw a post recently from an artist or artist manager that was talking about these streaming platforms. They may be in trouble. Now, they have a lot of power, so it may not come through. But the premise was that a lot of these older records that were released prior to the emergence of the internet streaming platforms, their artist music is on there, but their contracts that they signed don't cover that kind of streaming. And I'm paraphrasing, but in essence, I never signed that you could put it on there and what I should be getting for that. Back in the day, those contracts were signed more so for records, actual distribution and stuff like that. And so what these streaming platforms are providing to the artists as a percentage was never negotiated. There was no negotiation in it. And I doubt that they can do anything about it, but I think there's going to be a push to kind of make that right because it's not right now.
Yeah, that's what Snoop said. He's like, yo, who's the gatekeeper? Like, who decides how much streams are and what they're worth?
Streaming platforms.
You know?
So that's it. Yeah. They're the ones that dictate the price. I had a crazy idea in my head. I'm like, if we were able to create another streaming platform where all artists will get, let's say, $1 off of each stream that they get, where you can see it, would we be able to?
That's supposed to be what Tidal's supposed to be doing, bro. It's the same thing though. It's Tidal. Remember when Tidal came out, Jay-Z's, I'm saying him, but the whole thing was that not only is the music going to be better because it's going to be played in a better quality format, but that the artists are going to be making more money off of it. But I think that Apple Music and Spotify have just really cornered the market so that Tidal's not really. When's the last time you seen somebody say I'm playing music on Tidal?
Yeah, Apple definitely, I think, really cornered the market so much to the point where they dictate literally what comes out.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like mostly people have iPhones, you know. So
yeah, and when you own the platform, that changes the game for a lot. I mean, you can
easy access to being able to play your music at that moment. If somebody says so to you, oh, did you hear this? You can go to your phone within seconds to listen to that exact song if they didn't share it with you already.
Because they have the phone.
With the phone.
Yeah, you can put Spotify and stuff on there, but you're going to use, by default, if you have an iPhone, you're probably going to use Apple's products. And to the same measure, and I'm changing subjects here, but to the same measure, Tyler Perry just bought BET and VH1.
Congrats.
Yeah.
You're going to see his shows on his networks because he owns the platform, right?
Big shout out to Tyler Perry for acquiring BET and VH1. Clap it up for him, man.
Give me more.
Honestly, Dre, real quick, and honestly, man, I feel like a lot of people aren't giving him his flowers enough on social media, especially like celebrities. I haven't really seen nobody post. Like, this is a big deal for us. You know what I'm saying? And it's very imperative that we give him his flowers. And we on this show, on the Kingsmen Radio, we're going to give you your flowers, Mr. Tyler Perry, because you're opening up doors for jobs, for creators. And we appreciate you, man. That's not a hard thing, man. He has his own studio, and he acquired BET and VH1, which is huge.
Came to mind, Dealz and Dre. What if the creatives like 50 Cent started bringing their shows to that platform?
Come on.
we got to pray for that, man, because stars and the powers that be won't like that. But what if?
Well, I think 50 Cent is definitely moving in that direction. I think he just bought the studio,
right?
That space not too long ago. So I think these.
You think he's gonna get his own network? Or you saying like?
I think these men are working towards something where there's ownership, and we want to let the people know what's going on in this music.
We got a lot to talk about, but you got to tune in next week. But we're gonna play some more music, because we curated that. You know, it's my favorite. We curated that carefully, and tap in. We'll be back in a little bit, guys.
Let's get it.
Anyway, got a text from Dre, told me to get dressed and be on my way. Yeah, pulled up to the scene with it, and I'm super clean with it. She was on the dance floor, seemed like she was waiting for me.